Well, on Charity Mile Day, they say no matter what the weather, as long as we're together, we'll be able to find you some celebrities and we'll be able to find out exactly why they are here, who their horses are, and who their respective charities are. And the first man up is Alex Cage, in your fourth year of being a celebrity and being a contributor this very special day. Thanks once again for being a Turffontein.
No, look, it goes thanks to the guys that organise this, like Emperor's Palace, Piermont Racing, It's Rush, those kind of guys, to be able to do something like this where you're giving back to the community. And the nice thing about these kind of events, especially the charity miles, every charity walks away with something, or runs away, should I say, with something, which is quite special.
You know, we've often compared ourselves to other staple sports and we don't get anywhere near the same type of airtime. That's why we have our own station.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is I get a feeling that the game is becoming a lot more user-friendly and it's sort of an inclination for people to want to be seen at the races, and this is even a better reason to be here.
Absolutely. I think there's that saying that horse racing is the king of the sport of kings, and there was, I think, maybe a gap a few years where the younger generation became the older generation. That younger generation wasn't coming through. Now, with the likes of guys like Kevin Lerena and a couple of other celebrities that are here today, it's nice that we're given that exposure of horse racing to the younger markets, which I think is crucial for the sport to carry on.
Now, we've got to get to business.
Yeah.
You've got a horse called the Conglomerate, who, of course, is a beautiful son of Lonray. He won the Vodacom Durban in July.
Yeah.
I suspect that he's probably being prepped for the Sansui Summer Cup at the end of the month, but he's a very fine horse, and you're going to be gobsmacked when you see him.
Yeah, look, 1,600 meters for the Conglomerate. We'll have to see if it's not too short. Hopefully, it's not too short for him. And if it's prepped for the Sansui Summer Cup, I'm sure the owners will be happy with the double header of wins. Looking forward to it. And I think it's, out of all the years that I have been part of the Charity Mile, I think it's the best horse that I've had so far, the best chance of coming at least within the top five. I've never had a top five runner, so hoping that the Conglomerate can show some flames today on the track.
Well, I know that in your job you must be very familiar with technology because your whole life revolves around being able to press buttons, get the right song and the right commercial and all the right stuff at the right time. What about studying form?
Look, with my folks a little bit involved with horse racing, I kind of have an idea how to do it. I'm not the pros like Andrew over here and my old man, but from what I've seen, the Conglomerates, I don't want to say too much. He looks like he stands a chance. We'll see.
You've got a ticket, you've got a chance. What about your charity?
Look, Kangazila Primary Aftercare Centre, they're doing really good things for the centre, and I'm really hoping no matter what, they come away happy, which I'm sure they will, no matter where the horse places. I think they'll put the funds and the money to good use, and I'm looking forward to handing over a check to them and seeing the smile on their faces.
I love the optimism. Nothing more infectious in the whole wide world.
I think it's going to be a great day out. The weather's playing a little bit tricks with us at the moment, but I think the atmosphere that is here with all the celebrities that are here, the crowds that have come out. I mean, when we were driving in, there was a long queue of cars, which is good to see that people are coming to the races. So I think the atmosphere, the celebrities that are here and the charities, I think it's just a great day of racing all around.
Well, if you excuse the ridiculous pun, you're out of your cage.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn around and I'm going to chat to a man that I wouldn't like to be in a cage with, Kevin Lerena. Very, very familiar to have you at Turffontein, but in a completely different capacity. Thanks for joining us today.
No, thanks for having me. It's an honour to be here. Horse racing's in my family blood, so to be here and to be part of the Piermont Education Trust, just thanks for having me, and thanks for Emperor's Palace and Piermont and Racing It's a Rush for inviting me.
Well, you said that you're tight with your cousin, Gavin. I mean, he's one of the legends of the game. A nicer man God never gave breath to. But there's a very close tie between your family. And tell us, that makes for interesting reading.
You know, we're a very close-knit family. My mother and Gavin's mother are sisters, and my father and Gavin's father are brothers. So we're doubly related with the way you look at it. We're pretty much brothers. There's no different bloodline. We're very close, and Gavin's a phenomenal jockey, you know, so... Being from different sports, but as someone I definitely inspire to be like. He's a great person. He's a phenomenal athlete as well.
How laid back is Gavin Lerena?
Gavin is laid back, but I think when it's game time, there isn't someone with bigger match temperament than Gavin.
Not a quarter given.
Not a quarter given, and big match temperament, it runs in our blood.
We know this country revolves around many things, but education is probably one of the most important things, which is a a very big sadness in this country at the moment, but you're representing a very special charity today.
Yeah, like I said, it's an honor for me to be a part of and be representing the Piedmont Education Trust. You know, they give 24 full bursaries a year to students, you know, accommodation, books, and all that stuff that people need for education in the future. It's just a sad place of what's happening with all the strikes and what's going on and the varsities and everything. But you know what? We can overcome that, and education is such an important thing in life, and especially in South Africa. So hopefully we can overcome that and look towards the future.
Last question for you, Kev, your horse this year.
New Predator, you know what, like you said, if you have a ticket, you're in with a chance, and for me, it's got a very big chance. Van Vuuren Stables on form, Gavin Arena, top jockey, and it's just a good omen to have drawn the same horse as my cousin. I think I'm in for a very good chance.
I think we have to get involved with a little bit of Tuli Madonsela here, because this sounds ridiculously ominous.
You know what? When I got told, you know, I wasn't able to attend the draw, and I watched it on Teletrack, and I saw somebody draw the horse, and it happened to be Gavin. So it's definitely a good omen. I don't think it was rigged, but what can I say? It's a good matchup. Me and Gavin against the rest of the celebrities, Alex Cage, and the whole crew. So it's going to be a good one.
Kev, as always, we're going to be shouting for you. We're going to be shouting for Alex and all the charities that are here today. I hope you have a wonderful time, and do me a favor, go out there and chase the rain away.
I hope so. You know, obviously the rain's overcome us here, but I think we can pull through, and hopefully we can get through the meeting.
Well, indeed, a great pleasure to chat to the Chief Operating Officer of Emperor's Palace, Bob Urim. You've been with us officially for 9 years. You've been on the scene for a long, long time. We're eternally grateful for your continued support, Bob.
Yeah, no, great. Thanks to you, Andrew, as well, for all your help over the years. And another great day today. You can see by the crowd and the nice ambience here in the enclosure. So everybody looks like they're having a great time. Just hoping the rain is going to hold off behind us.
Well, obviously the weather forecast is one thing. It's the only job in the whole wide world that you can still keep your job and be completely wrong. It just happens that way.
I know that. Yeah, no. If anybody gets the weather right 100%, then I'm sure they'll be in Hollywood now.
So. You're happy looking at your stats and your facts and figures and projecting forward, but the one thing that is not certain is who's going to win the charity mile. We're going to get to that in due course, but the one thing that is certain is that 16 charities are going to take home a substantial amount of money today, whether they come first or whether they come 16th.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's the big thing for the day. You know, the rain is one thing, but people will get over that. And we've got all the charities upstairs in the Aquanaut room now. They're all having a beautiful lunch, just relaxing before the race starts. And as you say, they're all winners on the day. First place to 16th place, R1 million to be split between them. So it's going to be a great day for all of them. And like I said to you the other day, it's the first time a lot of them have been on the track. And, you know, hopefully they'll all be repeat visitors as well at the track. But it's a great day.
One thing of interest I found reading Piers Stratham's column in The Citizen, I mean, he's a celebrity in his own right in our world, but he said he's only met 2 celebrities in all the time that he's been coming. It just shows how much even those jockeys would like to meet some of the celebrities that are prevalent today that are giving to charity.
I know what we must do. I actually didn't read his article this morning. I normally read it, but what we must do next year, we must get all the celebrities into the jocks room before racing starts. That's a good idea, and then we'll get them all involved there.
And then Nelson Mandela in the change room of the Springboks.
Yeah, no, that's actually a great idea. We'll have a look at that next year. I'll get a paper and read his column now. Yeah.
So, Bob, we spoke earlier on in the week. Have you melted it down to a final 3 that you think will occupy meaningful places in this particular race?
I've just been speaking to Gary Alexander, and he said Champagne Haze. And I like Mac Delago, as I said to you the other day. And I also like Bulletin Home. So, yeah, that's my final 3. That's right, yeah.
Bob, there is so much to talk about, but we need to get to the parade ring to see these beautiful animals. We thank you once again for all the energy, the passion, and the commitment that you've put into this wonderful day.
No, you're very welcome, and fingers crossed, you know, this is the 9th year, and, you know, next year 10, and we'll be celebrating 20 before we know it. So thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it.
Well, there's plenty of action about to transpire here at Turffontein. And Zoe, it is an absolute pleasure to have you at Turffontein for your very first visit. The question I have to first of all ask you is, what took so long?
You know what, I honestly don't know why it took me so long to get here, but I'm very honored to be here. I'm very excited. I feel like I've got a winning horse that I'm supporting, but it's going to be a great day together.
Okay, so the most difficult question I've got for you today is, which horse is it?
Her name is Champagne Haze. I'm assuming it's a female, but I got told she's a top horse.
Okay, what I've got to teach you in this game is that in racing, assumption is the mother of all mistakes, because Champagne Hayes is from the Gary Alexander stable. He just happens to be a boy against what you would think. I also thought he was a girl, so you're not alone.
Okay, I've been corrected, but I still think it's a winner.
He's a very, very special horse. He's right at the top of the bookmakers' betting boards. His stable companion in colour is a horse called Right or New Recruit, and he's obviously going to be a big runner as well. But that doesn't concern you. What I'm going to move across here to is to Katlego. We're going to find out a little bit about your show in the morning, and similarly why it took you so long to come and share this beautiful sport with us.
I think I've just been on a very slow trot till thus far, and now I'm in full stride, and it's great, like Zoe said, to be part of the representation of the celebrities that are supporting the charities that are just, a beacon of hope. I'm supporting the Lesedi program, which is the education trust that Piedmont runs, and I think it's an incredible initiative. And it's great to be here to not only be enjoying the great sights and scenes of the races, but also to be doing it for a good cause.
And your particular horse that you're supporting?
I feel particularly blessed because my horse is named Deo Juvente, which I found out is Latin for with God's help. And I feel like with that under my wings, I'm good to go.
Well, I can assure you that there is going to be a feeling that comes over you when you're standing on that rostrum and the horses are thundering down the straight. Take it from me, it's like no other feeling you've ever felt in your life.
Well, we can't wait to see it happen.
Well, thank you guys from Espresso so much for joining us, and please, whatever you have, make sure that you're here on the 27th of November to come back and celebrate more on the Sansui Summer Cup Day.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right, Andrew Bond is downstairs. Let's catch up with him. He might just be able to tell us what his pick in the parade ring was.
Well, my pick in the parade ring was definitely New Predator, and it just so happens that while 10 Gun Salute is being reshod, I encountered the best dressed man on the race course. His name's Vusi Zwane, and he's a guy that's been around for many, many years, making sure that the charities are well supported, that everything is handled in a correct and proper administrative perspective. Vusi, great to have you here. I believe you also fancy this horse a bit.
I do, very much so. As you know, we've been here now. This is our 10th year as Empress Palace, and that's the horse to watch out for today. So my money is on that horse, number 2, and I try to get everybody to go for that horse.
You see, the beauty about the tote is it doesn't matter who backs what. It all goes into a pool, and the number of winning tickets are divided, and we take off the tax, and that goes to make sure that the game survives. I'm sure very similar scenario to the way that you guys collect all your charitable money.
Yeah. I mean, this is a great day because, all the money is for the charity, and that's what we're trying to bring to the fore. So whoever wins on the day, and nobody goes without something. Even the last horse, they'll take away some 20-odd thousand. So it's a great day for charity, and I think, thanks to you guys by putting this on the map, and we appreciate your support, all the media, and it's going to be an exciting afternoon again.
Well, Vusi, we thank you for continuing the support, because the relationship that has been forged between Phumelela Gaming and Leisure and, of course, Empress Palace and the Piedmont Group is an incredibly valued partnership.
Exactly. And this, as I said, this is year number 10. And we'll stay the cause, we'll stay the race, we'll make sure that we're there every year, we'll be here next year, you can count on that in the years following.
Right, there's a curveball coming. I'm going to say farewell. I'm going to walk on to the ladies who are prepared or ill-prepared. What do you fancy today, ma'am?
A race course, it's not something that comes up every year. So once it comes, it's a nice event that we don't get to go every year.
So you're not really betting, you just come here for the spectacle?
No, we did bet actually.
Oh, you did?
Yes, and we won 2 races.
So have you put your money in your pocket now?
We didn't put much money, it was just 30-something rands.
But a win's a win.
A win is a win.
And what did you back? Okay.
I bet I actually called my dad, and then I said, just give me the best horse ever. She just gave me a number of numbers within each race. Race number 4, bet for horse number 1. You go for number 2 on race number 6. I just went on and on, but we won something.
Most important thing, and right, the third leg in the trifecta?
I didn't win, but I did bet. I bet number 1 on the 6th race, number 1, number 3, 17, 15, no, they said 15, 17, 13, 15. But more than anything, I like the idea of charity, I know what this goes to the cause is it's very helpful to our schools. One of my schools is here, Wellam Lambo. I saw the deputy principal, so I support this occasion. It's the first time though I came to this, but I like everything, the dress code, everything. The horses, I've never seen a horse at close range. Beautiful.
Isn't it a beautiful animal?
Beautiful animal, you know. If somebody says there is no God, no, they must think again.
God's most beautiful creature, the thoroughbred racehorse. So things are hotting up now. 10 Gun Salute is about to be put back into the arena because he's obviously going to take his place up, and it's quite a daunting task for a horse to be shot at the start. The jockey has to sit and wait and make sure that everything's okay, but I think that very shortly they'll be going to the starting stalls, and we thank all these special ladies for chatting to us, and may the best horse in the Charity Mile 2016 win.